Greetings, friends. Chance Candide, at your service.
I'm Rook.
Ah! Taya and Viago have mentioned that you can be trusted. The Blight has piled itself onto the... We cannot have it. I will mark... I see a Grey Warden in your party. You must know how to handle Blight, Sir Warden.
Just leave it to us.
Gladly.
Look at what the Blight's done to this place.
It's been a while since I was in Deventer. I remember you. I was chasing a rageling, and you were after...
The Voldormer job?
Yeah. Is that what you call it? I call it a mess.
Then joining this team, it'll be just like old times.
The Anta make demands, friends, but so do the crows that are protectors of you.
The market is a field hospital now. Good to see the sick and injured are being treated.
Someone let the Anta breathe.
That will serve no one.
Right. I heard you almost had a demon outbreak in Minrathous.
Almost.
The way I hear it, the City sleeps better for you, innit?
Maybe. But the Venatori don't sleep.
Maybe I should give it a go hunting them instead.
No shortage of work there. We're not alone. Ready when you are.
No problem. Clear the area. I'm good to go.
Ready.
Gotta move.
Got you covered.
Right.
Got to move. Let's do this again.
Good to go again.
again.
Get clear. I'm ready. Still standing. Not bad.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing. We've got literal gods walking around trying to end the world.
Does it bother you they're elven gods?
It won't help our reputation, that's for sure. But me, I never gave our gods much thought. They were just a myth.
Not anymore.
Got it.
Have you thought about it?
Our families have always lived here.
Here they come.
Got it.
Done.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Beat the odds. Nev, what do you make of Rook?
New to the game in some ways, but seems to know what he's doing.
Or good at pretending he knows what he's doing.
Are you testing whether I'm hard of hearing?
Don't mind us. Just seeing if the boss is a good listener.
I am now. There. Pile of blood. That's what Chance wants us to clear out.
Can't let it spread. Lisa's hurt as it is.
Target those blighted boils.
We're under fire. Oh, look at that.
It's working. We're weakening it.
Got it covered.
That's been
Darkspawn do that?
I've heard some of the new ones do.
Look out!
Make it count now.
Got us in the distance! Ready. Clear out.
On your left.
Got us from a distance. Take credit there.
I hate to say it, you should take a look at that Darkspawn. Something was off about it. This Darkspawn's wearing a necklace. The pendant's shaped like a crow. We need to show this to Chance. chance. Got rid of the blight in the streets. But we also found this.
Is that... This was Ayers. Our trainer. That darkspawn you fought must have been... And sadly, I must ask you to search for another...
Who is it?
Fletcher. They were sending me reports of Antom movements. Here are Fletcher's roots. They deserve a clean...
When last we spoke, you were hunting for followers of Elganan and Gillenane in hopes of finding specifics. Has your search been successful?
You could say that. It looks like both the Venatori and the Antam are working for Elganan and Gillenane.
Unsurprising. The Venatori want magical secrets, and the Antam want to destroy anyone opposing their brutal expansion. Both will readily bow to anyone who promises them power.
And now we've seen that power firsthand. The Antam and the Venatori both have dragons doing their bidding.
Dragons? That is worse than I had feared.
Yeah. We drove off the one the Venatori brought into Minrathous. Barely.
Have you determined how the dragons are being directed? If it is blood magic, it may be possible to disrupt their control.
The dragons were blighted. We think that's what let the gods control them.
The Blight. Of course.
The Blight seems to be the gods' favorite tool right now. We ran into Venatori who could control Darkspawn.
Elganan would not bestow such power unless the Darkspawn were to serve as the main force of his army. And I suspect Gillenane will see the Darkspawn as new subjects for her modifications.
We've already run into a few Darkspawn nobody has seen before.
That is the fate Elganan and Gillenane planned for this world, then.
That's rage coming from the guy who wanted to drown the world in demons.
Do you truly believe my goal was to destroy this world?
I believe your goal, like you said, was to transfer the gods to a better prison. The one you're stuck in. And you were willing to tear down the Veil and destroy this world while you did so.
The Veil is a wound I cut into the Fade in a moment of desperation. While making their prison, it should not exist. I had a host of spirits ready to help when the Veil fell. They would have minimized the loss of life.
Do you have any idea what you sound like? You could have actually saved the world from the Blight, but instead you chose to kill thousands of people with your vanity project.
It is not vanity. I broke this world. I am the only one who can fix it.
Spoken like a god.
I am not a god. I am as I have always been. A man, all too aware of his failings. They call me the Dread Wolf.
I've got enough problems right now as it is.
Pragmatism. You will focus on the present, knowing that someday you will face the consequences of your choices. I believe I can work with that. If the gods are using dragons, you will wish to find someone trained to fight them. Have you unlocked the Lighthouse Illuvian?
Yes. We found the crossroads. It's still confusing, though.
I cannot help you from in here. You may need to find an expert in the magic of the Fade.
I've got a few of them. Their leaders don't trust me.
I have faith in you, Rook. You seem to have a knack for gaining the cooperation of your...
Solas thinks we need a dragon hunter and a Fade expert.
He's right, about the dragon hunter at least. Rook, when I was with the Inquisition, I saw some terrible things. But what happened to Treviso? I mean, so much death. Lucanus stayed behind. At least you took care.
We hurt it, but didn't kill it.
A dragon hunter would have helped him in Rathas, that's for sure.
Then we find one. Next time a blighted dragon comes calling...
We can't forget the second dragon in Treviso. We should see how we're without Lucanus until he's done helping the crows. Who knows how long.
Hey, let's not get stuck in our regrets, all right?
Just so we're clear, you're taking advice from this elven god, Solas. The Solas who tried to tear down the Veil? You really trust him?
Trust is such a strong word, you know?
So you don't trust him? All right, then.
So, a Fade expert... I'll ask around...
And I've been corresponding with someone about the lighthouse's reverb... Oh, sorry. Not relevant. I'll get...
See?
All right. We all know what to do. Let's get going.
Need and knowledge.
Strength earns mastery.
So I put the word out for dragon hunters, and I've heard back about someone who might work. It's a woman named Tosh from a group of Ravani treasure hunters called the Lord.
Sounds promising.
An agent for the Lord said that Tosh is working. If we help her, she'll be free to join us and fight any blood.
Well, we need the support. Guess we're headed to Ravane.
Time to find out if the crossroads can get us to an... We'll head out whenever you're ready.
Okay, Balara, what's your lead on getting us, Fade? expert for the team.
Good evening.
Greetings. Myrna, Veilguard. What's more of the Mornwatch doing here?
I've been writing to a senior Fade expert. Turns out he's a watcher like you, but...
Thus we came.
You've done well since we last met at the Necropolis, Rook. Back straight.
You wouldn't believe what I've seen since I left the Watchers.
No one truly leaves the...
A home in life, a birth in death.
A house of many mansions.
So Balara's been in touch with one of our own necromant?
Yes. Do you know Professor Emmerich Volkarin?
I've heard of him around the Necropolis. Never met.
The professor specializes in the Fade. He's currently investigating a disturbance in the shroud.
The place we were forbidden to enter as novices. Those shrouded halls.
You're long past being a novice.
Rook, prepare well.
Agreed. The shrouded halls have lately been... Hey.
That looks painful. For them.
Yup.
You must be Tosh. I'm Rook. Here to help any way I can.
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
She seems nice. So, what's the plan exactly?
We need to lure the Vincimer out of her lair. I set bait, she comes out to eat. My partners loot the lair while she's out here. We'll find the bait on the beach.
You said the dragon we're dealing with was a Vincimer.
Yeah, blue with a yellow belly. Breathes lightly.
Right? Now we're talking.
We're not fighting her. Lords just want the horde in her lair. On Tom ahead. Be ready. They go hard.
Get off! Evade it!
Watch yourself. They have Gatlock cannons.
As you say.
Eat shit. This is not your land.
Get ready. I'm there. So, you've got no problem fighting other Canari?
I'm from Ravain. Not like I follow the Qun.
You've got the arm ropes?
Sure. I wear a lot of stuff. You don't get to tell me who I am. Doesn't matter anyway. The Anton don't follow the Qun either. Not anymore.
Tosh, why do you want to work with us?
I don't.
I thought you wanted us here to help you.
No.
We're not fighting the dragon?
No. Vincimers eat big game, usually sea life. They're not hostile unless you do something stupid.
Like, poke around in its lair?
Right. So we lure her out, and the lords go in and grab anything shiny.
But you do kill dragons, right? You're a dragon hunter.
I kill them when they need killing. This one doesn't. All right, beach is up ahead.
Right. You said we'd find bait here?
Bait'll find us. Come on.
The bait will find us. Look out! Deep stalkers!
Knew they'd find us.
The deep stalkers are the bait?
Yup.
Now you're stealing my cheese.
Right. Quite a few of them.
Dragons have big stomachs.
I'm ready, Rook. Heads up! Bigger one on the way. Could be the alpha.
That's their pack leader. Take her down.
Careful! On your left! Make it hurt. Done. I'm good to go.
Thanks, Davrin.
Happy to help.
I think that's the last of them. Now what?
Now I get the fire going and make our dragon dinner. Good. She'll like it. And this potion will put her to sleep for a few hours. But we gotta get her attention. Use the horn up there. Come on, she'll be here soon.
So, we held up our end of the bargain?
You did okay. So, what do y'all do?
Right now, we're trying to take down evil god monsters and their blighted dragons.
That can't be right. Dragons don't get blighted. They're smart enough to avoid that crap.
However, it's happening. The gods are using the blight to force dragons to attack people.
That's messed up. Somebody needs to stop them. That old Grey Warden fort. Anton might be there. I want to see what they're doing. If it's anything the Lords of Fortune need to worry about.
She responded quickly to the horn.
This time.
You fed her before?
Took a while to get her used to it.
It sounds like you got her trained.
You train a dog. You reach an understanding with a dragon. Vinsomers are clumsy on land. Better in the water. They cut the surface like a knife.
They swim?
They dive down after prey like a giant bird. Sometimes they stun schools of fish with their lightning. Gulp them all down in a single bite.
Close. A lot bigger than a griffin.
Letting us know she sees us. Might also be her way of saying thanks for the food.
Some of these buildings look like Grey Warden architecture.
Good eye. Wardens used to have a big outpost here. They left after a volcano erupted. Said it closed some tunnels.
Makes sense. If a volcano floods the deep roads with magma, you need to worry about Darkspawn using those tunnels. The Antam are definitely here.
Let's check inside the fort. I want to see what they're doing. Shit. More Antam. You're not even supposed to be here!
It's on now!
I'll show you weak dust people!
Taking a beating! Take him down! Way to fight, bro!
Come on, let's keep looking.
So the Antam took over the outpost after the Grey Wardens abandoned it?
Yeah. Ravane and the Qunari were at peace forever. Then the Antam broke away from the Qun and invaded. The Qunari builders are part of a different caste. They didn't break away. So the Antam took over old forts like this instead of building their own. Grapples, nets. The Antam are going after the Vinsimer.
She's a dragon. She can take care of herself.
Not after I drugged her. Come on. They've been watching. They knew I drug her to make her sleep. Assholes!
One for us.
job, Davrin.
No problem.
Enemies at range.
Coming in range!
Ready.
I'm ready. Tell me what you need.
Watch coming.
Done.
Ready.
Finish them all! We're clear.
They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey! I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Venarie Bala! Atash Martarost! Asitarala! Kyuto!
Yunasi Pesida.
Tarala!
Come on!
Trouble ahead. Let me check my You've got trouble on your right. go again. As you say. Way to go, Rook.
So, you breathe fire.
Yeah?
You don't just hunt dragons. You're part dragon?
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later. Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
A trapped animal is a scared animal. She'll be angry once we free her.
You're right. We gotta be ready to run. Hopefully she won't chase us.
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake up. The surviving Antam poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Kunari back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Wonderfully done, Tash. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. So, Rook, Varric's talked about you. I see he wasn't making shit up this time. They call me Isabella, among other things.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
How much could you get for something like that?
A fair bit of gold if you're lucky. Maybe a war if you're not.
But this piece is not for sale. The Lords of Fortune retrieved it at my request.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Kunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no... You.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatosh. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are...
I'm what?
We're looking for a good dragon hunter. That would be you?
Yeah?
Our contact here said you'd agree to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. Rook, pleasure doing business with you.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with...
Of course I do. I might have...
I talked to you about not using your fire in... I will prepare potions for you to take.
The ginger.
Hassam Fin... Rook.
She strong-armed you onto the team just like that, huh?
Looks like.
Anyway.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
Spoken like a veteran treasure hunter.
Yep. For gold and glory.
So why do the Lords of Fortune care enough about dragons to have a dedicated dragon?
Lots of great old crap ends up in...
Why do dragons care about
Dragons like metals and gems. Anything...
So they're like
Kinda. And they live for centuries. Lots of time to gather a bunch of shiny crap. Plus all the gear carried by idiots who thought they...
Bet you deal with a lot of nasty traps during those treasure hunts.
Yep. Old elven armory. Had letters on tiles. Probably supposed to...
Probably.
I don't read elven. Found handhold...
That sounds...
Ugh. Puzzles.
You've got the right idea going across the ceiling. Varric and I ran into an old elven puzzle once while we were hunting for Solas. There were these talking statues.
Riddles?
One only lied, one only told the truth, I think.
Ugh. What'd you do?
Varric gave them an autographed copy of his book. Turns out he's really popular in the Fade.
Nice.
I'd appreciate it if you avoided fencing any of the elven artifacts.
Don't worry about that. The Lords of
I mean...
Nah. Anything we hunt is salvage. Old... That's what my mother does with the Kunari stuff.
So, your mother appraised...
Yeah. She tells him how rare some... Also tells him if they found something...
Cultural.
The Lords send that stuff back to the Kunari in Parvalin. They pay the Lords a finder's fee.
So the Lords of Fortune extort people...
No. We give them a chance to get back some...
For a fee.
A small fee. The Lords are good people. She got here with nothing but me and the clothes... The Lords gave her work.
We should do this again. Grab a drink.
Okay. I was gonna go back to Ravane later. Got it. You can come along.
Do I need to be ready for...
Nah.
This is it. But no sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl. What a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Rook, fellow Morn Watcher.
Rook! Manners mentioned you.
Impressive flock of undead.
Oh, merely the gifts of experience.
The more the merrier.
I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend... I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Never thought I'd actually see this place for myself.
Things have changed since you left the Order, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
What's that ahead?
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
The necropolis always surprises.
Careful, Rook! It singled you out!
Okay, despair separated us. Don't panic. That's what this spirit wants.
Vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves, depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
I feel it. What a waste.
I thought you could control...
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things.
Nice hit, bro. Make it hurt.
A palpable hit down the...
Keep it up, Emmerich.
free that bell.
You need another watcher? I can help.
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Do you think they still remember me?
Rook, you know a wisp will follow a watcher when called.
Fill the eyes of the dead.
Are you talking to a wisp?
It's Watcher tradition.
Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
So, Professor.
Just Emmerich, please.
You weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if, so much as a when. Of course!
say? They're in range!
One's all set.
No problem. Watch for ranged attacks.
They're attacking from afar.
Coming in range. Quick, turn around!
I'm at the ready.
Coming in range! On it! That did it, Severin! Whatever gets it done. I'm ready. Tell me what you need. They're in range.
They're firing at us. Is everyone intact?
Get ready.
Good work, Rook.
It's freezing. What kind of magic is this?
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
Trouble nearby. This is log 2. I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid.
You need a wisp.
They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Be ready.
It's a fight then!
Right.
A solid hit!
The Necropolis wisps look like...
Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
You know, the Necropolis. Always shuffling rooms around.
If only our predecessors had found better ways to predict its whims.
Here's our second wisp.
Just waiting for us. Almost polite.
I assure you, good warden, not everything in the Necropolis is as hostile as despair.
Take your word for it.
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door. Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I thought. We must... Stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
Who'll be dumb enough to trespass in our Necropolis?
The mind reels.
Better be ready.
Done.
We're being fired upon!
Appreciate it, everyone.
My pleasure.
Watch the ranged attack!
They attack from a distance! Good. He's taking fire!
Way to get it done. Not bad, Rook, for a Morn Watch.
So, we use mass disruption to get rid of all these despair spirits at once.
Precisely. I sense their source near the bell. Ringing it will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place. Tell me, Rook, what work took you so far away from the necropolis?
Remember that uprising of undead nobility a while ago?
The War of the Banners? I was up in the city when that broke out. I heard a young watcher, Ingolvar, put a stop to it through unorthodox measures.
And got into trouble. It was decided it might be best for that young watcher to see the world.
Ah, say no more. Here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
It's just corpses. I don't sense spirits nearby.
You're straining. Relax your gaze and sift through the Fade's currents more slowly. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook? This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
What's this magic bell do exactly?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fade.
Ring the bell, dead demons. Got it.
It also holds great significance on some of our equinoctial rituals.
You already sold me.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin. By seal and flame. Who brought despair in our midst? Despair? Who brought it here?
Venatori!
The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
The Watchers never taught me that.
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Gift is one word for it.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Shh. I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down...
So don't dawdle!
We found those Venatori.
They have no place in these halls. A fine hit, Rook.
You falter, and we are empowered! Bring our skills together!
I'm ready, Rook.
I'm there!
I've made that one ready.
Coming at range!
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later.
Death is weakness! A god in red!
The faithful are dying!
Good job.
Dark shadows everywhere!
Nice, Everett. You're quicker than you look. One less spirit of despair in the necropolis. That's the last of them.
I see someone by the crates.
I don't think they're Venatori. Hello. The Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. The Sunken Star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right. There's one chain.
Excellent.
Nice move, Rook.
Do not fail some more.
Certainly. Excellent. All safe? Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori?
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
There's the Venatori.
This is your end.
How are we doing, Emmerich?
The bell is slowly awakening, but we must fight a little longer.
Happy to help.
Watch for ranged attacks!
Halfway there.
Move out of there!
Well struck!
Keep it coming, Rook!
Emmerich, now what?
Now, the grand metropolis shows itself!
As you said. It worked. No more despair.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you, but come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from. Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent Oniric disruptions.
At the least. The implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
Adorable. Is your assistant wearing the old Watcher livery?
Manfred sewed it himself. Eventually.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open to get to the Blight. I don't have to tell you the consequences. We need another necromancer. A Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navarra.
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If
only if your assistant's coming.
Manfred? But of course.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmerich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
What the Venatori ultimately intended with their incursions into the necropolis worries me. Whether or not it was directed by the gods, the timing serves them well. Chaos, I fear, is their ally.
With this, Demeter's Crossing and the Blighted Dragons, and everything else we're all dealing with, feels like we're at war. A lot of little wars.
They want a war? We'll damn well give them one.
You need an army to fight a war, though. They've got two. The Venatori and Antam wasted no time allying themselves with the gods. Power at any cost.
So how do we fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies. Like the Veil Jumpers.
After Demeter's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Shadow Dragons, particularly after we help save their city.
A debt the Viper will repay soon.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting at the Cobbled Swamp.
Could she have found some trace of...
Probably.
I also heard from Grey Wardens out in the heart. Something strange is happening with the Blight there. I bet it involves the gods.
Gillenane has laid low since we hurt her dragon, but the Blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking Blight than Ward.
Morrigan and those Wardens feel like our best leads on...
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
They're gods. In their power and wrath, at least.
Lucanus, you're back.
I am.
Good to have you back. This is Professor Emmerich Volkarin, our Fade expert, and Tash, our dragon hunter. They joined while you were away.
Hey.
Charmed.
Right. Not everyone has met. So, a dragon hunter. Treviso could have used you.
What's happening there?
It's just... people blame you for what happened to Treviso, Rook. But they did not have to make that choice, knowing what the gods are capable of. There was no recall. Still, it changes things.
But you're back with us?
Yes. Here.
Given how things have gone, I wouldn't blame you for staying away. So thanks. We can't do this without you.
After what they did to Treviso, I don't see anyone else with a My blade's yours.
Great.
I'll let Lady Morrigan...
I'll send word to Antoine and Evka.
Everyone else should rest up. Be ready to move when I call.
Never easy, is it, kid?
What do you mean?
Making the big choices, then living with the consequences.
I don't think it ever should be easy. As soon as it gets easy, you're not the right person to make those decisions. It needs to be hard.
And that's why I recruited you, Rook. Anyway, you've got a meeting with all this chatting. Good work, Rook.